Hi guys, this is Ashley, the personal trainer, and I want to welcome you guys to my channel. Here we are all about helping you with your weight loss goals. So I want to reach as many people as possible and really help them on their weight loss journey. And in order for you to help me to do that, we need you to like and subscribe because that's really going to help the channel to grow and reach more people. And I really want to help more people with their goals. So if you haven't done so already, subscribe now. Today we're going to talk about how to pick a personal trainer. I notice a lot of times when I'm meeting with a client for the first time, they're kind of looking like they don't know what questions to ask, how to go about this. So I'm going to help you with that today. Today we're going to talk about the top 5 things you should be looking for in a personal trainer, and then 3 red flags that you should run away from. The first thing you want to look for in a personal trainer is their communication style. You want to see if this person speaks your language. For example, I used to work at a gym with different trainers, of course, and one of those trainers was like really into exercise in like a scientific way, just really almost nerdy about it, all the latest studies, all that kind of thing. And he would talk about these things with his clients all the time about how, yeah, this is going to help your muscle fibers and do this and this and that at a cellular level. And what I noticed was a lot of his clients, they were healthcare professionals or engineers, people that are really analytical, people that like to hear a lot of scientific jargon, things like that. And so they would be excited, and the two of them would just be excitedly talking about all the science and the details and the nuances of it. And that works great. But then there are some clients that are like, I don't understand all these medical high jargon terms you're using. Just tell me, is this going to help me get stronger? Is this going to help me burn fat? I don't really care what you call it, but is it going to do what I need? Find out if that trainer is speaking your language. Are you able to understand the things that they explain to you? Do you feel like they're using terms you're comfortable with? If they're using jargon or, just technical words, do you feel like that's intimidating? Or do you feel like that's exciting? Like, ooh, they can teach me something. I want to learn about that. See what works best for you and find someone that's going to match your communication style. As you work together long term, it's going to be really important to find out if you can understand each other. You don't want to be struggling just to understand something basic. The second thing is don't judge a book by its cover. Because people don't know what to look for in a trainer, a lot of times they walk in the gym, they say, yeah, I want to sign up for a trainer. And they kind of look around and they just see who's the most fit person in the room and they say, that person, that's the one I want to be my trainer. The reason I say don't be so quick to judge a book by its cover is because that person may not be the best at teaching. Sometimes they're great at doing and really bad at teaching. You want to actually look and see what are the results that their clients get. You need to see, does this person typically train people that are like me? Are their clients getting results? Are they seeing progress? If you're seeing that, then yeah, that's a trainer you want to work with. But just because they look good doesn't necessarily mean they're good at helping others to look good. The third thing you should do is find out what's their ideal client. Now you can ask them that, and if they're a good salesperson, they might just say, well, you're my ideal client, of course. But hopefully they'll answer you honestly. Also, you can look at what kind of clients they've worked with before, if you see some transformation pictures or something, and kind of discern from that. But hopefully if you ask them, what kind of clients do you work with? What are your other clients' goals? Things like that to see what kind of clients do they work with. Each trainer typically has a niche, a wheelhouse that they're comfortable being in. For instance, some people really like to do bodybuilding competitions, and I like to help people train for bodybuilding competitions. Other trainers may say, I don't really care if you get swole or not. I just want to see strength gains. If you can lift heavier a month from now than you did before, I'm doing my job. Then there are other trainers that couldn't care less about those kinds of things. Maybe they want to see your health improve, and they're really excited about helping people get off of diabetic insulin and get off of different medications. Different trainers each kind of have a thing that excites them that they like to work with. For example's sake, I used to be overweight, and then I lost weight and got in shape, so my favorite thing to do is weight loss. I like to help people that are overweight to obese to really get down to something that's normal or healthy or fit. That's where I like to be. I don't really like to go so far into the athletic, the bikini building, bodybuilding side of it. I could do it. I've tried to force myself to do it before, but I'm not really happy in that place. I know that where I'm happy at is really helping people to just lose weight, get healthier, get fit, but not necessarily try to be like an Instagram model or something like that. I don't really do that. That's just not what I'm about. The other side of clients that I like is I also like to work with more elderly clients, people that are over 60 years old, that their goals are a little bit different. For example, I used to have a client, she was over 65, retired, and she had a bad shoulder, and she really wanted to improve her joints, her strength, but she really wanted mobility in that shoulder because it was her right arm, she's right-handed, and she would find that reaching for things was difficult, and most importantly for her, washing her hair was something that she was starting to have a hard time doing because she was just losing the mobility in the shoulder. So we worked on it together, and over time, she one day called me and said, Ashley, I can wash my own hair now. I have much better range, and I saw her the next appointment, and she was so excited to show me all the full range of motion that she could get, and we were just so excited about it. I love to help people with those kinds of changes too, because that's really going to improve their quality of life. So these are some of the things that excite me. So if you're sitting across from a trainer, find out what excites them. What do they like to work with, and do you fit into that category? The fourth thing you should do is find out what is their plan for you. So I would just ask them, if you've told them, I want to lose 40 pounds, my goal is to get stronger, whatever it is, and say, what's your plan to help me with that? And see what they say. I would pay attention to, do they only mention exercise or do they tie in some nutrition goals? Ask them, what kind of workouts they have in mind. Are they thinking you're going to do a lot of heavyweight lifting, like Olympic lifting? Are you going to be doing a lot of really high intensity stuff? Find out what they have in mind, and is that what you pictured as well? I've had clients come to me where in their mind they're thinking I'm going to be like a drill sergeant, yelling at them, pushing them to do stuff. And I'm always the first to tell you I don't have a drill sergeant personality. So we need to kind of set some expectations. So if you're looking at somebody to yell at you and like cuss you out while you work out, that's not my style. I'm much more tender in my care for my clients. I try to be very coaching, pushing, but in a nice way. So that's just my style. It is what it is. So try to find out, what's their style? What's their preference? Do they like cardio workouts, strength training? Do they do a blend? Do they like body weight workouts? And is that going to match for you? If you absolutely hate doing HIIT workouts, and this person is sitting there like, my plan for you is we're going to do a bunch of HIIT, going to do this and this and this, and you're going, ooh, but I don't like any of that. And that might be, a flag that you need to pay attention to that. And it doesn't mean that you necessarily discard them because of that, but you may want to say, well, I don't know, I really dislike HIIT workouts. I did them before and I got injured because I was trying to, beat the clock, go so fast instead of focusing on form. What do you think about that? But now you've opened the door for this whole conversation because you thought to ask, what kind of workouts do you have in mind for me? The fifth thing is to make sure you're comfortable with them. Any relationship needs to have a basis in trust. You have to have some amount of trust. You have to have some amount of comfort with this person. You're going to be spending a good amount of time with them, and you need to be able to comfortably go in and tell them, I've been having some bloating the past couple of days. Do you know what that's about? Maybe I need to change something in my diet, or maybe there's some workout we can do to help with that. You need to be able to be open, to be comfortable, to have some trusting conversations. Also, personal trainers, as part of the job, we have to watch you like a hawk when you're working out. So it needs to be someone who you're comfortable with their gaze on you. You're comfortable if they need to adjust you, move you around to get you in the right spot. So make sure that you are comfortable with that person. If they're checking all the other boxes, but your gut just doesn't feel right with them, you're not at ease, not comfortable, then it may not be a good fit. You definitely want to be able to focus on your workout and not holding your breath every time they're trying to adjust you, if that makes sense. So consider the comfort level, the trust that needs to be there, the ability to communicate so that you guys can work together to hit your goals. But the 3 red flags you should be looking for, number 1, you need to find out if this person has any real experience or certificates or what. Don't just trust someone because, this is my nephew and he used to run track, so he knows stuff. You don't want that. You want somebody who's going to be safe, someone who has some experience, some kind of certificate. They may not have 28 degrees or 30 years experience, but at least some things that you're safe, at least that much. The second red flag you need to look out for is if this person isn't paying attention to you. I've had clients tell me before that they would have a trainer, but then that trainer would wander off during their workouts and talk to other trainers in the gym or other clients, or maybe they were playing on their phone and they're not paying attention to what's really going on. And if they're doing that, then you might be getting injured, you may not be doing it right, and that's not the point of having a personal trainer. So make sure that they're paying attention to you. The third red flag you should look out for is making sure that the trainer can actually accommodate you. If they're not willing to accommodate you, you may have to find someone else to work with, because at the end of the day, you got to be able to work with the person. I've met a few trainers and I've seen it happen sometimes where they're just so set in their ways that this is their routine, this is what I do, this is my program, that if you tell them, hey, my knee really flared up today, I don't know what's going on, but I need to take it easy on my knee, and they say, well, all right, we'll keep that in mind, and then they've got you doing lunges and jump squats and running up and down stairs, you may need to think about it and say, they're not accommodating me, they're not working with me here, and they're putting me at risk. So make sure that they're listening to you and actually applying it. So it's different if you tell the trainer, hey, my knee's really been bothering me, let's take it easy. And then they say, okay, well, let's modify the lunges so that they're not going to hurt your knees as much. That's one thing. They're trying to work with you. But if they're just saying, well, this is the plan and let's just go for it and let me know if it hurts, then you may need to, pay some attention to that. There's so many workouts out there that no one needs to be locked into being so strict. They should be able to meet you, especially if you really, really hate something or it's causing you pain. They should be able to work around that need. So make sure you can find someone that's willing to actually work with you. Those are my tips, guys, to help you to find a personal trainer. I hope that it's really helpful for you guys. If you have any further questions, make sure to just ask me below in the comments. I love to respond there, so feel free to say hello or ask any questions. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. And I really appreciate you guys for watching through to the end. I appreciate it. I can't wait to get you guys more tips to help you with your weight loss goals.